Good morning, students. We have done 3 chapters of history, and now we are going to start with the 4th chapter, the Delhi Sultanate. This year, the syllabus will be divided into 2 terms, first term and second term. So, according to the first term, the syllabus which I gave you, some few chapters are included because complete syllabus, instead of dividing into 3, now it will be divided into 2. So we will start with the 4th chapter, the Delhi Sultanate. Now, starting with this chapter, the period from 1206 to 1506 is known as the Sultanate period. The Sultanate Empire have a large part of the Indian subcontinent for 320 years. During this period, India was ruled by a number of Turkish sultans who belongs to the Alvari Turkish clan. So 5 dynasties of Sultanate period. They were the Slave dynasty, the Khilji dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty, the Sayyid dynasty, and the last one, it is the Lodi dynasty. Dates they are given in front of their dynasties. Now, starting with the first dynasty, that is the Slave dynasty, from 1206 to 1290. The rulers of this dynasty ruled from CE 1206 to CE 1290, and they were called as slaves or Mamluk. As Iltutmish and Balban, the 2 rulers, they were initially the slaves of the Qutbuddin Aibak. Aibak himself was a slave of Gauri, so the dynasty was called Mamluk, an Arabic word which means owned. So the first ruler of the slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak. The founder of the slave dynasty, Qutbuddin Aibak, began his career as a slave of Muhammad Gauri and rose to the position of a general by his own merit, or you can say by his own efforts. Muhammad Gauri appointed him as the governor of his Indian conquest. After Gauri's death, Aibak became the ruler of his Indian possession. He consolidated his kingdom strong through matrimonial alliances with his rivals, means by marrying. He married the daughter of Tajuddin, one of the governor of Muhammad Gauri, who was given the charge of Ghazni and has been his rival. He made himself popular by donating generously to both Hindus and Muslims. Therefore, he was given the title Lakh Baksh, or given lakhs. You can underline this. Qutbuddin was also a great builder. He started the construction of the famous Qutub Minar in Delhi and also built many mosques. And in 1210, he died as he fell from his horse while he was playing the polo. The next ruler was Iltutmish, and the sudden death of Aibak. Now, whom to give the throne after his death? So he was placed his son Aram Shah, but he was overthrown, and Aibak's son-in-law Iltutmish was invited to occupy the throne. His position was challenged from the very beginning, since he had no hereditary claim. He was not having any son, but Iltutmish proved himself a strong and efficient ruler. He had been called the real founder of the Delhi Sultanate. So, his achievements: he was a great ruler, no doubt. He shifted his capital from Lahore to Delhi. Then he saved the Delhi Sultanate from Mughal invasions. He also suppressed the internal revolts and therefore consolidated his empire. He got his claim to the throne approved by the Khalifa. The land revenue system was reorganized by him. He introduced the gold and silver coins. Then he was a great patron of art and architecture. Qutub Minar was completed by him only, and he was a efficient administrator also. He divided his empire into iqtas or provinces, and the iqtas was administered by iqtadar, those who were maintaining law and order there. After Iltutmish, the next nominated, that was the Razia Sultana. So Iltutmish has nominated his daughter Razia as his successor, because he did not think any of his son worthy for the throne. But the group of 40 powerful Turkish nobles, they did not approve his nomination, because they don't want any lady to be ruled on them. She did not allow the nobles to dominate her. They made his son Rukunuddin Firoz on the throne of the Delhi, but the new Sultan proved unworthy and inefficient. Achievement of the Razia Sultana: she was a brave, intelligent, and having all royal qualities. She used to sit in the open darbar to translate business. She even rode horses. She was a talented woman and regarded the welfare of her subject as an essential duty. So there was chaos and disorders in the country when she came to the throne, but being an able ruler, she put the things in order. She was a wise, just, and benevolent ruler, that is, kind and generous. But some nobles did not like to be ruled by a woman. Therefore, there was a lot of problem in order to remove her. Then later she won over Eltania, because he married the leader of that place, but later both of them were killed in their struggle, and therefore after Razia's death there was again chaos that who will become the ruler. The Mughals attacked Lahore and caused death and destruction all over the kingdom. After that, Nasiruddin Muhammad, some novels raised Iltutmish's younger son to the throne. He was 17 years old and could not manage the empire. He left the control in the hand of his father-in-law, Balban. Then Ghiyasuddin Balban came to power after the death of Nasiruddin. It was he who first realized that the prevailing weakness of the royal power was due to the Turkish nobles. Thus, he weakened the power of the nobles by drawing a line of distinction between the Sultan and the noble. He tried to crush the powerful Turkish groups of nobles, those who were creating the problem, the 40s. He built a chain of forts in order to prevent the empire from the Mongol controls attacks. He was a most successful ruler among the slave kings. He made his court both dignified and majestic. In order to raise the prestige of the king, the nobles were to perform siddha and paribhav, that is prostration and kissing of monarchs' feet in order to show their regard to the king. His achievements: he reformed the army to increase his efficiency. Balban created an sway and respect in the minds of the people. He made the people and the noble loyal to the crown. He put the administration in order. He checked the Mughal invasions successfully. He organized an efficient spy system. He strictly believed in the divine theory of kingship, that is, king is the representative of God on earth. He followed the policy of blood and iron, which implied being ruthless to the enemies. So his achievements to the dynasty, to the Sultanate dynasty, was great. Later he died, and with his death the slave dynasty was no more, and another dynasty was the Khilji dynasty.